alongside Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. We welcome you ringside for a much-anticipated bout. Let's set the table for you and get ready to dish up this big night of action. Manny Pacquiao is coming down to the ring right now, and he does so with a certain gamesmanship, putting forth that attitude to his opponent, telling him, I'm the man, and I know it. Marco Antonio Barrera's making his way to the ring right now, puffing out his chest, glaring with those eyes, and taking a big stride to his destination of glory.
All right, remember one thing, obey my commands at all times.
When you get a fight like this that everybody's been talking about, it's always so interesting to see these opening moments here in round number one. So Marco Antonio Barrera taking another shot at Manny Pacquiao. And Teddy, when a fighter has come up short 2 times, been on the losing end 2 times, how do you solve the riddle the 3rd time?
Well, it's difficult. I'll tell you why it's really difficult, because I've said it before, this game is 75% mental, so you have to remove some of that memory from your mental banks. You have to be able to now, you know, forget that this guy has, in this case, owned you 2 times.
Good block by Marco Antonio Barrera. How about a return to sender with the left hand? It's as if they couldn't wait for the opening bell. Going at it right from the start, and we're still in the first round. Good stuff.
So it's like watching the Pirates of the Caribbean, and the Pacific, and the Atlantic, and the Indian Ocean. Everything.
Firing off the uppercuts. Great exchange. Digs in with a good solid uppercut after taking a shot. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Great movement to get away from those punches. Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao started at 106 pounds and then rose up and won a super bantamweight belt, but it really wasn't until November of 2003 when he claimed the featherweight title and TKOing Marco Antonio Barrera that he became that big spotlight kind of star.
Yeah, that was his coming out party, so to speak. That's when the world found out just who and what Manny Pacquiao was.
Comes right back at him with a left hand. He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Marco Antonio Barrera. Able to get away from that headshot with the block. A well-placed, gutsy uppercut after being tagged. Not able to connect with the uppercut. Takes one to give one. He comes back with a right hand. Marco Antonio Barrera's cheek is ripped open right there. You can see the cut. He returns the favor with a right hand of his own. Good block by Marco Antonio Barrera.
Side to side.
Able to show you his blocking ability. How about a return to sender with the left hand? Teddy, it seems that Pacquiao has improved during the years, that he has actually gained a little more boxing skill as his career has developed.
Well, he has. Technically, he has become more solid. He has the same talent, but now he's getting a package around that talent where he can deliver, bring that ability to a better level.
Okay, listen. When he misses with a punch, counter. Listen.
And round number 3 is underway. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Manny Pacquiao. Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Straight right was lined up, but he missed. Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. Takes one, gives one. The right hand scores well. Unable to land that shot. Blocks away that headshot. Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by Manny Pacquiao. Marco Antonio Barrera's nose is starting to bleed. Manny Pacquiao is showing off a real boxing IQ in that last round. Just fighting smart. I mean, not just reckless aggression, but smart, accurate punching.
And talking about IQs, it's being led by that left jab, an educated left jab. A jab that talks a little bit, talks a couple languages. I mean, he's hooking off it, he's uppercutting off it, he's doubling up on it. Good job.
I would assume there has to come a point in this fight where he has to make the commitment to throw the power punches. It's hard to envision a way he's going to win this fight without going down that road.
He doesn't have the confidence to do it. I don't know if he's mentally strong enough to do it. I think he's worried about throwing hard at the guy because maybe in his mind that means the guy will throw hard back at him.
Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Manny Pacquiao. You get the sense that we have a fight in front of us that's going to be fought this way, right to the bitter end, go the full distance, and be one of those fights that's greatly debated over.
Well, you hope they get it the right way, but it's very important that they don't act like fans. They being judges, when they're not just watching leather beats thrown from all angles, they're watching real closely to see who's landing the punches, who's landing the most clean, effective blows.
Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. How about a return to sender with the left hand? Marco Antonio Barrera showing a little bit of a defensive shell, but Teddy, I'm seeing punches still getting through and splitting that guard.
Yeah, well, that's the problem, Joe, when you put those earmuffs on, but you don't move your head. Some of them are going to get through, and just as importantly, you handcuff yourself so your opponent is going to stay in there a little bit longer, knowing that nothing's coming back right away.
Clicks of the talk. His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. Manny Pacquiao, he is not shy about throwing punches. Punch stat numbers heavily favor him.
No, he's not just about power. He's about bringing a lot of power, a lot of punches.
Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. Took a shot, now he gives a left. Oh, look at that. You know you need space to... Oh! Manny Pacquiao's in a bad place right now. He was tagged. So far tonight, he was being completely outworked, but now we see him being more the aggressor.
Oh, it was starting to get a little late. He understood he needed to change things a little.
Teddy, Manny Pacquiao has many highlights in his career, but one of the things that I think when all is said and done on Manny Pacquiao that will be remembered for is his ability to take out the Mexican legends. Barrera, Morales, he's done it well.
Yeah, he has done it well. And where he's done it is a mixture of power that those fighters had, but also speed. Manny Pacquiao brings speed to the game.
Able to show you his blocking ability. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Marco Antonio Barrera. Protecting his head well with his guard. This is why we love the sport, Teddy. I mean, this is just back and forth action nonstop.
Well, Joe, when special events have happened in history, you remember where you are. Right now, I'm going to remember where I was during this fight. I'm watching a special epic right in front of me.
Glad to be here doing it, too. What a war this is. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Manny Pacquiao's feeling the impact of a big counterpunch. And now we got a fight. He fires back a right hand of his own. What a good war this has been. What a good, solid fight it's been. The kind of fight that tells me somebody wants to get rid of the other guy.
It almost looks like they made a deal where neither one could win by decision, where if they didn't win by knockout, it doesn't count.
Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by Marco Antonio Barrera. Marco Antonio Barrera is just not landing any body punches in this fight.
Well, he looks like a guy who hasn't been taught that. We're getting a little bit of an x-ray, a little bit of a peek into what his trainers show him in the gym or what they don't show him.
Manny Pacquiao is so popular in his native country that he even has dabbled in politics. In fact, he ran for a congressional seat back in the Philippines recently. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Not the most accurate uppercut you'll see. Teddy, you know what I'm so impressed by? Obviously, the pace of this fight is just ridiculous. But how hungry these guys are, how badly each guy wants it.
Joe, this is the kind of fight that it has nothing to do about money. It has everything to do about legacy, how they're going to be remembered.
A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. Blocks away that headshot. Manny Pacquiao is going with a very efficient work rate in that last round. He chose his spots carefully, Teddy.
Yeah, that's what I like to see, and that's what the judges are supposed to be looking for. You know, not just be overtaken by a guy just going out there like a mad hatter and just throwing punches, but placing the punches, strategically putting them in the right spots. Good job.
Good block by Marco Antonio Barrera. Barrera able to land the counter punch. Good looking counter punch. Manny Pacquiao's making for a trainer's dream right now. Picking his shot, and now he's got to be careful because he's been warned for the headbutting. He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Manny Pacquiao. 1 minute to go in a round that feels like an all-time classic. Punch for punch, they're meeting each other. Oh, Marco Antonio Barrera's in bad shape. Gets rid of that body shot.
No holding.
Barrera able to block it. Oh, he took some damage, but he gave some back with the right hand. Manny Pacquiao packing a punch in that last round, as the stats show.
And a lot of punches coming at him. Well, when you fight Pacquiao, you expect storms of punches, and right now it's a typhoon for his opponent.
Mistargeted. Well, we told you it could be this kind of fight, and as advertised thus far. And now we got a fight. He fires back a right hand of his own. Nice counter punch by Barrera. Well, here's the way we see it. He's down on the scorecards, has to have the knockout to win it.
Yeah, and he has to understand that. You know, the main thing is he hasn't given in. You know, he's still there trying, but he's in a desperate place. So what he has to do now is look for one spot. He remembers maybe something he saw early in the night where the guy pulls out his hand down a little bit, and maybe he can time him stepping out.
What a fight. What a great, great, non-stop action fight this has been. Well, his opponent doesn't like that, but that's exactly what he was trying to do, just create some space there. And just grabbing onto his opponent.
All right, hey, no holding, no holding. Let's punch it out.
That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Marco Antonio Barrera. Marco Antonio Barrera's got a good understanding of how to approach this. He was rocked earlier, but you can see he's not doing what got him into trouble.
Oh, that means he's smart. That means he's thinking there. Good for him. He has a chance of turning this around.
So the round comes to an end. Joe and Teddy here ringside, and we've been enjoying sitting ringside because, Teddy, I know you have some of your fine guests from the Dr. Theodore Atlas Charitable Foundation with us here tonight.
And they're having a great night, and it's great to have them here. The thing that I want to say is thank you to all the people that help us, help many. They trust us. They allow us to be the middleman to give out the resources where they're needed. Thank you for mentioning Joe, and thank you to all the people that help us do what we do.
Defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs. Manny, so much work in the gym goes into head movement and how to hit a moving target. Doesn't matter in this fight tonight.
No, this guy doesn't move his head. The old timers would say he gets insulted if you miss him.
Mistargeted.
Keep the head moving.
Look at Marco Antonio Barrera with the counterpunch. What a great round. 2 minutes in, 60 seconds to go. Good block. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Manny Pacquiao. Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. Teddy, making predictions in boxing is often a dangerous task, but I'll make one right here that seems pretty obvious to me as we come to the end of that round here. This fight is going to be a brutal display as long as it lasts.
It's kind of like going and watching that home run contest. Nobody's trying to hit singles or doubles. You know they're all going for the fences.
Keeping his hands up, getting way of his opponent's efforts. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. Nice counter punch by Barrera. What a chin. And can you believe the shots this guy's absorbing? That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Manny Pacquiao. Oh, Marco Antonio Barrera's legs look shaky. He was hurt. And there's a clinch after clearly being damaged.
And a clinch that he needed very badly.
Blocks that punch. That worked out really well, throwing off the right hand after getting tagged like that. Barrera able to block it. Shot. Last round of an entertaining fight. Now, for the judges' scores, let's send it up to the ring announcer. Pacquiao is your winner by unanimous decision. All three judges giving it to him.
I didn't agree with the judges completely, but they got the right guy winning.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Thanks for being with us. Enjoy the rest of your evening.